Welcome back to the channel. So I'm actually going to be doing a card that I would consider to be very underrated. And not only that, it's not even a credit card. It's actually a debit card. And that is coming from PayPal. So with PayPal, I actually got this in. I opened it already before you guys. I just want to see what came in the mail. Just to make sure that it is what I was expecting it to be. So going into this, opening it up, you get this nice welcome card of say hello to your new card. So that's what it will look like, what to expect. Open it up. You got this card right there. And you're probably wondering why would I want a PayPal card? Well, for a PayPal card, it actually has hidden benefits. So those benefits actually being that you can actually get 5% cash back on select categories for a debit card. So now I know this is completely unheard of. I have yet to hear of another card that's a debit card that gives you 5% in rotating categories. So this is where this card is shining at the moment. And this card right now, it's kind of flimsy. I expected a little bit more. I'm actually gonna have to hide the card numbers and see if it's on there. But yeah, so this card is kind of flimsy. It's not what I expected. I thought it would be a little bit better. Overall, I mean, it's just a card like any other card. We're also going to be going over how special this card is for cash back, the categories you can use on it, and how much you can spend per month. And I'm actually going to go over in the app so you can help you guys out. If you do plan on getting this card, I can show you the process of how to get it, how to activate your 5% rotating category, and how to redeem those points. So what makes this card really special is that it's not a credit card. So it not being a credit card means you don't have to do a credit check. And so a lot of people that don't want to get into the credit card space and they don't want to affect their credit score, using the PayPal debit card for this instance is that you just open an account. So I know a lot of people that use Cash App, Venmo, and those have specific accounts. Well, PayPal is actually the same kind of concept as those. So having PayPal, it's actually like the middleman. So when you deposit money into it, it's actually depositing this card. So having this deposit in this card allows you to get cash back. Now, I don't know about any other places that allow you to get 5% cash back on a debit card. So I know there's Discover that lets you use, I think it's a 1% cash back on all your spending. But we all know that there's a lot of other cards better than just 1%. So for people who are in the cashback space, using this is going to be very, very useful for people who want to take advantage of getting more cash back. As for the categories you can select, you actually got restaurants, clothing, health and beauty, grocery, and gas. Now, for many people, I know they're probably going to be selecting either groceries or gas because those are usually the main two things that many people use. Now, the big question to that too is how fast does the money go into your account when you're transferring? Let's say if it's last minute, you're in store, you don't have enough funds in your PayPal account. Well, they actually pull the money really fast into the account. There's only been one time that this has not worked for me, and that's because it was just an app issue and they ended up fixing it, whether other people experienced that. But for me, that's something that did happen to me to where I ended up having to use a credit card to pay whatever I was paying at the time. But usually it's really instant and you can use your debit card right then and there. But for some people, they don't always want to constantly transfer money over. Well, with PayPal, they do have a function to where they can auto set that for you. When your funds get to a certain amount, it actually reloads the account by itself, automatically pulling your funds from your debit or checking account straight into your PayPal. So looking onto the app, I'll show you how this looks. So when you log in, obviously mine will look a little bit different if you're first signing up. When you first sign up, it will require you to do the information, things like that, link your bank account to where you can automatically get that setting. But, so once you get all that done, you will log into the main screen. So on the main screen here, you can see I just have $1.65 and I actually did that purposely so I can show you how redeeming the points works. But let's just say for now that you want to add money. So you would just click on the main box here and you would just click here and it says add money. So adding money, right there it tells you debit card will be within seconds. From a bank it will be 3 to 5 days. Direct deposit, cash at store, a check. Me personally, I just go ahead and use the debit card because it's the fastest, so you want to have those funds instantly. But going back to the feature that I was telling you about, that when your funds actually go under a certain amount, it'll auto reload. So setting that up, you can see right there, set up auto reload. So clicking on that, it will tell you these two options. It says schedule reloads, great for recurring payments, or low balance refund, be ready to shop at any time. So let's just take a look at the low balance reload. I believe this is a feature that many people are going to be using because having a set schedule. I know not everyone uses groceries every week. Sometimes people do, but for me, in my case, I go every 2 weeks. So auto scheduling is I'm just going to be putting money in there that I won't be using. So let's just go ahead and look at the low balance reload. Hit set up. So when your balance is below 50, it would then add 50. And those can be changed. So these are the amounts to suggest. So you have all these options here. You can do 100, 200, 300, so on and so forth. I think the lowest you can do is 25. So if it goes under 25, then that will be it. But yeah, you can change it however you want. If you want 110, well, not that, 110, you can do that too. But you just hit save. And so add the adding amount part. So you can actually do the same thing here. 150, 250, 350. So it can all reload itself, that you don't have to even worry about it. So this is a cool functionality. What I would say I wish it did was that it would automatically pull from your debit card. Because I believe with Target cards, and I could be wrong on this, but I believe with Target cards that they actually link their card directly to your debit card. So every time you swipe your Target card, it will go straight out of your debit card. So if PayPal were to do this functionality, I think this feature itself would be great for their system, and I feel like a lot of people will be using more of their products if they to implement something like that. Going back to the main screen though, you can see where it says got your card, activate now. So I actually just got my card, but I have yet to activate it. Key note here is that if you do get the card, you literally just use it on your wallet. So it gives you the function to add it straight to your phone, and you can wait for the card to come. That's if the store actually takes like tap and things like that, which all places do. But I ended up using that because I didn't get the card that early. So going back over to the categories actually it'll either pop up when you actually first click on the app, and it'll tell you right then and there to go ahead and pick a category. And usually if you don't, they'll just send you an email, or I believe you said it with text, they'll send it to you that way too. I don't like to have that many notifications on my text, so I ended up just having to where it just emails me. But let's say if it doesn't pop up on the front screen when you first log in, because they do that as well, telling you to go ahead and select the category you want. So to select the category, going over to accounts, you can see there's $1.65, and earlier in this video I was telling you why I have $1.65. But if you scroll down, you can see it says add money, transfer, account info. And at the bottom, it says choose PayPal debit 5% cashback category. So you'll click that, and there you go. So you can actually select one of them, and this is every month. I would always use groceries. That's just me because you probably spend a lot more money in groceries. And then it will tell you right there on the terms. So health and beauty available through 3/31/25. So eventually they're going to be getting rid of the health and beauty one. They may change it. Who knows what they have in store for us to see what's going to be better than that, or if they're just going to leave us with the 4 categories of groceries, restaurants, apparel, and fuel. So let's go ahead and just go with groceries, and I hit next. And there you go. Nice. Your PayPal debit card category for this month is set. And there you go. So it just sends you back to your main screen, and it tells you right there under the $1.65 you have plus 5% cash back on groceries. Do keep in mind though, once you select this category for the month, it will reset at the beginning of the next month. So that being said, that once you click it, you won't be able to change it. So make sure that you know what you're clicking, and let's say later down the line you click on it and you're like, oh man, I didn't want that category, I'm gonna go ahead and change it. You cannot change it unless you figure out some way to do it. Please let me know in the comments, because this is definitely something I have yet to see, or if I haven't even came across it yet. So if we go back over to the accounts, and you can see on this, or if I scroll down, it says rewards. So I actually redeemed the $1.65 as a preview to you guys to show you how it works. So if I click on the rewards section here, 0 points, if I click on it, it would say here earn rewards activity. So here it says here the PayPal balance of $1.65. So I got $1.65 for all my purchases. You can see how much I got from groceries. So you can see that I also got the 5% on 150 points, and then 5% on my 15. But you can see in the lower bottom it says December 12th, December 6th. So you're probably wondering, well, how are you making this video if you had that card way back then? I didn't want to get the card because I just had it in my wallet, but it came to an issue where there was a place that they didn't accept tap, which is kind of odd for me to see, but I ended up ordering the card, so that's how I got the card kind of late. So now the big question is how much money can you use monthly on this card? So actually there is no limit, but there is a limit of the 5% cash back. So that meaning that after you go over that certain limit, you will no longer be getting cash back. So the limit to that is actually $1,000. So yes, it is $1,000 because other credit cards only allow you to get $1,500 every 3 months. So you understand where I'm coming from there, right? It's $1,000 every month, and other credit card issues only let you use $1,500 every 3 months. So literally, you're getting, within that time frame, you can get $3,000 because it's $1,000 every month, and you get to select your category and not the issuer selecting the categories for you. So this is why this card is very underrated, and I understand like for many people that, well, they want to use those cards for like traveling, hotels, things like that, and I get it, and a lot of people don't like to use this kind of features. And so for someone that's only a cash back, I believe this card is a big benefit because getting that selection and option to where you can pick and choose what you want is pretty cool. And no credit check, so it doesn't hurt your credit score. There's no late payment because it's actually money that's coming directly from your checking account. That's something you can't beat. So I believe this card is mainly made for people who want to get into the credit card space but aren't fully ready, and meaning that getting this card is at no cost to the consumer. So you can try it out to see if you can keep up with it, to see if you're okay with transferring, start feeling the cash back, because a lot of people don't realize like it's a good feeling. Like you're spending your hard-earned money, you're able to get cash back, and if that at 5% with this card, I believe like if you're barely starting out with like earning the rewards and things like that, this card will be something that I would recommend definitely to anyone. And it's hard to say that I say recommend because usually it depends on your credit score, where you're at, financial. This card is basically based off of what you have in your checking account, and to maximize off of it, it's at your cost. So like there's no annual fee, there's none of those things. And so using this card, I believe, I mean, I just can't elaborate enough, is that it's a great card to have at no cost. So if you're interested in it, I'll leave in a link in the description box below, just to like give you a shortcut for if you want to get more information on it. But I think it's pretty easy to use. I used it maybe once or twice, and that's only because I'm planning for my honeymoon. So I'm more using my purchases for a travel experience. So for me right now, this card is not really a main user in my wallet. But maybe down the line, if we plan to slow it down, not travel as much, then yeah, this card would definitely be a day-to-day use that I will use every day for cash back. As for now, this is all I got for this card. And like always, try to keep things simple, and see you on the next one.